Howdy fellas, BANHAMMER here with part 1 of 5 in my how to build an unbeatable combat deck in Absolver. In this video we'll be covering flow, so check it out. Hey guys, so like I said, today we're going to be talking about flow, so by that I mean how well your moves flow into each other and set up combos. So I'll be going ahead and showing you how to build a flowing bare hands deck. So we're going to go to bare hands and pick any deck that you're going to practice on. Go to practice and then edit. So I'm going to take all these moves out of here. And I'm going to show you what I mean by flow. So you're going to pay attention to these squares, not the ones I'm hovering over and selecting and where the moves are going to go, but the ones beside them. That determines the stance. So let's just focus on it being quick, just for video's sake. So let's do a punch. Let's do a little light kick, and then at the end here, this over here is where you're going to want that last move to finish up. So if you want to flow through this combo chain, that's 12 moves that you're able to do and pop off quickly, and then your alternates will help you change to specific stances. So I'll explain that a little more in a second, but what we're going to want to focus on is these end moves. That's basically your focus here, is these ending moves. So we're going to go ahead and do our end move. It needs to be in top left, so it needs to end in the top left stance, which is right here. Any of these moves will do. So let's do something quick. Sure. So as you can see, now the top left is highlighted. So now when we are finished this combo, we can either use this alternate to change stance, or we can continue through the line. So there's other ways of setting this up. Obviously you don't need to go through this line completely, but just for video's sake we're gonna go through this line. So let's pick something else. Let's pick direct punch, jab punch, and then it needs to end now in bottom left. So let's make sure we're in the bottom left here. Perfect. Now, just like before, we can use the alternate to change stance, or we can continue going through the line. Let's continue going through the line. Let's do a sweep, a jab, and now we want to end in bottom right. So ending in bottom right. These are the moves we can choose from. Let's give them one of these. Let's give him one of those. It looks cool. Okay, so now we're as before. We can change the stance with an alternate, or we can keep flowing in the chain. So let's pick a couple quick moves. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. And now for this one, for the end on this one, we're going to want to bring this back up to our top, so that's top right. So we want to end in top right, any of these moves here. Perfect. So now we'll set up the alternates. So focus on these last squares for the alternates. So where these last stances, or where this last move puts you, like the stance it puts you in, is where you're going to want to start. So the second alternate is where this chain will leave us. So we'll let this one bring us down to bottom left, which is this one, and so forth, so on and so forth. So we want to do bottom left. Let's do one of those. You know, we'll do one of those. Okay, so that'll bring us down to here, which now we need to go down to bottom right. So we're going to want to finish in bottom right. Let's do one of them. Now that we're in bottom right, we're going to want to finish in top right, which is this one here. Let's do one of those. And then in here, we'll bring us down to this one here, or any of the ones you want to start at. So let's say we want to start down here because there's this whirly combo here. So we're going to want to start bottom right. Let's do one of them. Cool. So now we're in the simulator, and we're gonna check out the flow of the deck that we just made, how it all goes together and changes stance. So we're starting in the beginning stance, and all you need to do is hit your basic attack. It'll bring you through that chain that we just made. And then you can throw your alternates in. So just like that, that's flow. You can set up your deck however you like. Obviously, that was just a rough deck for you guys to get the idea. So remember, your last boxes of your move set are the most important because that's basically where your chain is going to end up. For now, I'll see you in episode 2.
Have some trouble?
Yeah, but I already took care of it. And you're too late. You missed the show.
Tetsuo, you had me worried again. I figured you'd be standing here sobbing like a little baby.
Kaneda, you've always been a pain in the ass, you know. You've been telling me what to do since we were kids. You always treat me like a kid. You always show up and start bossing me around, and don't you deny it!
And now you're a boss too, of this pile of rubble.
Kaneda!
That's Mr. Kaneda to you, punk!
Ah!